What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. I have some breaking news for you all. But before we get into that, I just remembered last week me and Laurie were joined doing a breaking news on Ben White withdrawing or refusing, the call up to England. Another player now that's been withdrawn from his team, not by choice, this is through injury. Gabriel Magalhães has withdrawn from Brazil due to an injury. And I'm going to read it here from Fabrizio Romano. All the discourse is currently online around it. Arsenal defender Gabriel withdraws from Brazil squad due to injury. Brazilian Federation announces Juventus defender Bremer replaces Gabriel as decided by coach Dorival Jr. So Gabriel Magalhães withdrawn from Brazil, but I'm going to give you the follow-up information on it. Listen, this news is breaking right now and things are being added as we speak. So I've got to add this on to the news that we've just been told. Gabriel Magalhães is from Sami Mukbel, a reliable source in my opinion. Gabriel Magalhães' withdrawal from Brazil squad is not due to serious injury. More precaution. Problem described as genuine, but not too bad. Gabriel Magalhães has been carrying a foot issue, but no confirmation of the specific issue linked to his withdrawal. So there was me before the video started, panicking, you know this, worried. Laurie was calling me a glass half empty sort of guy because I was more worried, thinking about the alternatives that we can play in there, which we're gonna have to go through anyway, because he may not be still available for City come the end of the month. We don't know how serious it is. I know they're saying precaution, but we don't know if he's gonna be still 100% fit for City. I am still worried.
I can sense the trepidation in your voice.
I'm still worried, of course I am. I mean, look, I can go back to last season, Europa League, Saliba getting injured in that game. And that for me is when our season capitulated, it fell apart. We bottled it.
I don't subscribe to that.
Well, I did the quotations because, that's what everyone said. And for me, the main factor of that was Saliba's injury, and him coming out.
There was definitely a huge contributory factor.
100%. I remember going to City, I remember being there at the Etihad. I remember Rob Holding playing and he wasn't the main issue, big up Rob Holding, but we didn't have our strongest back line, in that game. It feels like when I first saw the news break, I didn't have the context of how serious it was. I just had Gabriel Magalhães pulls out. Bro, I thought this is it. Here we go again. Yeah. We go to the Etihad. No Gabriel Magalhães. I was worrying. I'm worried because I feel like that's where things broke down last season. I was thinking I was going to see it again. We need our strongest team when it comes to the Etihad against City. 100%. We need our strongest back line. We saw what Gabriel Magalhães and Saliba did to Haaland when he was defending against them in the game at home. 0.01% XG.
Don't talk to me about that XG stuff.
Why? XG
this is the most useless, redundant set of stats in the whole of football, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, carry on.
To all the statisticians out there, that's not my words, as of Laurie. But obviously, Haaland caused us no problems because he had that solid back line in the Community Shield and also in the home game as well. So when I've seen this news break, initially, no Gabriel Magalhães injured, of course I'm going to panic. You're very calm. I think you and the Lar brothers, you're normally like that. You try and keep a level head.
Yeah, it comes with age, But with age comes wisdom and experience.
But Laurie, surely, are you not worried or more concerned though?
I was going to say, I mean, first and foremost, first and foremost, we want to wish Gabriel a speedy recovery, whatever the nature of the injury is. By what you've said there, it doesn't sound like it's too serious, although we don't know what it is, and hopefully it doesn't escalate, you know what I mean? So we're hoping and praying that he's going to be okay for the game of the season coming up on the 31st of March, which we sincerely hope that he makes it because he's a much valued and important member of the team. But listen, going by what you've read there, it would appear that it's not serious. So I'm hopeful that he's going to be available come March the 31st. So I'm optimistic that he will be part of the squad. So I'm concerned, but I'm not overly worried, if that makes sense. There's grades, you know what I mean? There's concern, and then there's worry, and then there's fearful, and then there's panic stations. So I'm on that bottom rung. It's a slight concern.
Wow, so you're at the bottom tier of...
Slight concerned, worried, panicking, you know what I mean?
I'm definitely concerned. I know many, the regulars of AFTV and the viewers will know I am a worrier. Of course I am, because I want to win this title this season, and I think he's a big part to it. But also on top of that as well, listen, you're saying it is precautionary. They're saying it's precautionary from Sami Mukbel, but like to refuse to turn down, the call up to go to Brazil because of this injury, it's a big thing. We know.
Yeah, the one thing, I do agree with you there. You very rarely see players turn down Brazil.
Never
unless
really
you're
happens.
Neymar or one of them heavy hitters. So,
But
and
even
let's
still,
face it,
that's
Gabriel
that's
is not a regular for Brazil. So for him to, I wouldn't say turn down, but decline the invitation due to injury is not something that he would have done lightly. Trust me, because we know Brazil, top-ranked team, they're very patriotic. Not to say that other nations are not patriotic, but
of course.
you know that whole thing with Brazil. You very rarely see those guys turn down an invitation to represent their country. So if he's done that, then that suggests that there's definitely an injury. The injury is authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm worried.
The injury is authentic. I'm just hoping that it's not a serious injury, which it doesn't appear to be, or it's not one of those that could get progressively worse and put him out the Man City game, obviously.
I want to know, people in the comments below, where's your level of concern? We've seen Laurie, he's at the bottom. Shrugged his shoulders at the news.
No, I'm not shrugging my shoulders. I'm saying what I'm saying is, in the absence of more information to make me think that it's a serious injury, I'm going to just take it as read for now. That there's an injury,
he has an issue with his foot.
I mean, don't forget, we're only, what's today's date?
It is currently the 18th of March.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of weeks ago, man, or just under. So, a fit young athlete like him, if it's not a serious injury, you would be backing him to be fit and ready in time, because we're going to need him.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, just in the comments below, let me know your level of concern or worry, because for me, it's not just Gabriel Magalhães. Martinelli also as well, foot injury, recovering. He's not going to Brazil.
With Martinelli, we was being told last week that he should be available after the break. That's what we were being told then.
But does that not?
We have to take that as read also.
We have to take it as for what it is. But again, with that, Gabriel Magalhães and Martinelli, I need you guys. Listen, hopefully the break is enough to get them back to their fully fit potential and ability.
That is another worry, to be fair.
You sound quite worried. You've said that like 4 times. You said, I'm not really concerned, but
no, I'm not overly worried. But what I was going to say is, and you know this, man, you're an athlete, you're a sportsman, you play football at the highest level.
Yeah.
You will know, right, that if you carry a little knock, right?
Yeah, right.
And then, you make it to match day. Arguably, you're not at your optimum level of fitness.
Most players aren't. Most players are
because you've not been able to train and exert yourself in training.
That's true.
They say, you play as you train. So he wouldn't have had that level of intensity going into the City game, which might affect him. On the other hand, I know of several sportsmen, myself included at times, when I've not been at my optimum in terms of training because I'm carrying a little niggle, but on match day or game day, I've been okay.
Yeah.
So,
adrenaline and all those things.
Yeah, exactly.
As well. I hear what you're saying.
Good word.
And if I'm honest as well, good word. Or if I'm honest as well.
No, but it's true.
It is. I'm not going to take away how important it is to play for your country.
And then in that game, the adrenaline is going to be...
It's going to be through the roof, against City.
So,
but I'm not going to take away how important it is to represent your country as well. But there is friendlies that are playing. I think Brazil, they play England, of course, big game. It is a friendly though, and also Spain as well. So this is the last thing I'm going to leave it on. Is it a good play by Mikel Arteta to say, bro, just rest? Because there might have been, he said there was a foot issue before is what there was being reported. So let's just play on that. It could be a genius move from Arteta. We see other managers do it. People maybe not as cynical and be thinking, nah, it's probably not. It probably is an injury, but there is a part to play.
I'm inclined to believe that the news is authentic.
Okay.
That there is an injury. And the thing about this sort of Machiavellian stuff by the man, I don't think Arteta's given to that. He doesn't strike me as that type of person.
Okay.
He's not a Mourinho type, or I'm just throwing Mourinho's name
but
out there. I don't think he's into all the mind game stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't think he's like that. He's a bit more of a straight shooter than that.
And
I think this is genuine. Like I said, I hope that on a scale of worry, we're at the lower end, and I'm backing him as a young, athletic footballer in his prime, more or less, that come match day, he's going to be fine. And like you said, Cecil, the adrenaline factor will be so high.
It'll push him through.
That will push him through any, you know what I mean?
I agree.
Niggle that he may have.
I agree. To finish off the video, I must say though, some of the alternatives we'd have to look at maybe a Tomiyasu there to replace him, or a Kiwior. It's his natural position, left centre back.
Kiwior's been playing well recently.
He has been playing well.
And we have to say as well that he's been playing well out of position. So if you put him in his normal position,
yeah, I think Kiwior's a very good defender, and that is his natural position.
That augurs well.
100%. Tomiyasu might be a bit too soon, so it'd probably likely be Kiwior to replace Gabriel Magalhães if it gets to that stage. But right now, we're hoping it's not.
And
let's
also say it's not inconceivable that we could beat City without Gabriel.
Well, I don't want to think about that.
We have to be positive.
Don't want to think about that. I just want to see my two centre backs there who've been the best this season, best defensive pairing in the league, and you know the best defensive record in the league right now is Arsenal. So. Gabriel, I hope it's not serious. I hope you're back soon. We wish you the best. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Where are you at when it comes to worry? Like the video if you like the video, and let's keep our fingers crossed and hope we have a fully fit side against City come the end of this month. Take care, people. Peace.